Trying to find something. There it is. And there's that. No one's here anyway, so it's not like it's a rush. Let's see who shows up. Hopefully this isn't like that one in the car where I've had live feeds come up, guys. So if you ever have this happen, just go into the comments section after it goes up. There it is. I've had videos that go up like this, live feeds, where like people are trying to join, but they can't. I had some cool stuff from Frank, one of the members. If you saw my Instagram, you saw one of it, part of it anyway. Let me get you guys set up on the, as always, coffee can. Morning, guys. So Frank Santoro sent me some beads, and I made a lanyard, fancy work lanyard. So if you look, it's half hitches, and they go around in a spiral. With Darth Vader for my Sith DOC. That one might stay. This one might stay. I don't know. I am gonna give some of these things away to you guys. This one is an Octopus. I thought it fit really well with the. I thought it fit really well with this. It did the same kind of thing. It did a spiral knot, and then put the Octopus. Now this one, its eyes glow. Its eyes glow green in the center and red on the outside. So there's a couple new additions to the collection too. This was from Alex. Alex sent a box of stuff in for review, sent a knife in for review, and sent me these as a gift because he never carried them. We talked about that a while ago. He sent me Martyr, I'm not sure which, Heretic knives, and a Lamech 247S sheep's foot because he just didn't carry them anymore. And so that he told me, he's like, Merry Christmas. I was like, well, my birthday's in August. Well, happy birth Christmas. Frank sent some beads. They have, some of them glow like this one does. Until just a few minutes ago, this was in my beard because it embarrasses my daughter and I like it. So I had it all down, and I had a little only acceptable man bun is on in your beard. So yeah, a couple of these are going to be going. He says he's got some more that he might send, but they glow in the dark and they glow really, really well. They're really cool. So it's got the Trinity knot pattern, and then some Norse style scroll work. So those are pretty cool beads. I really like the Darth Vader one. It really fits with the DOC, with the Sith DOC. So I am gonna be doing a video about this knife, the EWC again, because this is my EWC, and it's in a different variant. So this is in micarta. So there's some differences between this. I want to borrow Matt's carbon fiber one, but I've been using this a lot for small tasks because it's not a locking knife, so it's got some good fidgetability if that's what you're into. I like it because it's just a nice little quick thing, and I don't, it's pretty simple. It's nice and light. So those are things you can expect, and I am in the process. I've been talking about doing it. I'm going to do a full review of the Rhea. This, guys, I love this little knife. I would have never bought one. And Russell sent it to me with my prototypes because it's in the same steel. He said he wanted me to do some steel testing with this because, there's only a couple knives out there in AR RPM 9, and it's this one of mine, and then Christian from Cerberus and Knives prototypes. So I'm testing. I really like it, and not even just the steel. I like the knife itself too. I really, really like this knife. This is on my list of if I had handled one that somebody else had, I probably would buy, especially with the micarta. These are like, I think Nico said he found these for like $50. So let's see. I'll set that for live chat. Oh, there we go. Sean Curtis. Morning, guys. Mr. Martin. I told you. Don Mr. Emlin was my father's name. I'm Mike. I am not a high school teacher. You don't have to call me Mr. Emler, and I was never an officer. So any of those things. So you can expect to see more content. Doctor is putting me on disability until later. So I will be here making content for you guys. Guys, I'm going to give you a sneak peek. That's good English, Mike. Let's try that again. You look like Tyler Tube, only smarter. Had somebody tell me that. Should be sending something in. Okay. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Well, I know you haven't seen it yet because the video hasn't released to you guys yet. It'll probably go up this week. I'm giving you guys away a knife that I ground. This actually technically is the first knife I ever made. I hate it. It's too dangerous for me to own. I will be giving this to you guys. So I had a friend. Technically, I started this project better part of 10 years ago. I had a friend that had a forge, and I wanted to make a knife. And he decided that he was going to let me make a knife. Unfortunately, he didn't know how to let people do things. He couldn't teach, and so he did most of the work on this. He did all, like, I hammered it out a little bit when it would get to a point. He's like, no, you don't. I get in, and he would, like, he just took over the project. No, my friend took over the project. So this is sat at the shop. It was super, super thick, was not sharp at all, had no edge. It just was not a good knife. I did most of that work with files. So this is a hand-forged knife by me that we did. And I did a convex grind on it. I took it down to a full convex grind. Guys, you can shave with this. It doesn't have an edge bevel. It is the edge bevel. It's like a convex Scandi. It's a full convex. You could shave. This thing is nightmarishly sharp if you saw the other video, which you haven't yet. I keep saying that, knowing that you haven't seen it yet. I don't have any test medium out here. The reason I'm getting rid of it is I have no need for it. I have no need for it. I can't tell you whether the heat treat was any good or not. But for the top tier members, this will be going to one of you guys. I don't have a sheath for it. I don't make sheaths, but I know a guy that could make a sheath for this. His name's Red Hen Kydex. But yeah, I'm giving this away to the top tier members. So if you want to get in on that, I don't know how soon I'm going to actually get the giveaway set up. But if you want to get in on it, you got to be a top tier member, the premium tier. It is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. When I got done with it, it was just screaming through magazine paper. Let's get some paper. Let's go do this. I'll show you guys. I mean, my workbench is right there and all my test mediums in a drawer. Let's see. So, this. Oh, I ripped it. Why is this paper always wet? It's outside. I'm a dummy. It draws damp overnight. So, yeah, I had never tried a convex grind. I did a slack belt grind on it. So that dangerous mess is going to one of the top tier paying members, the premium tier guys, the $14 a month guys. I have a couple other things I'm giving them too. But fear not, I have giveaway stuff for everybody. I have giveaway stuff that I could give to everybody. I'm gonna do a giveaway for you guys. We did the last one, what, 4th of July? 4th of July was the last giveaway, and that was a... No, 4th of July was a members only giveaway. on the trip up to Petaluma was the giveaway for everybody else. So probably first week of August, I'll do another giveaway. I'm going to do like a monthly giveaway, one for members, one for as long as I can. I don't know how long I can sustain that. I like doing giveaways, and I have stuff to give away, guys. I have stuff that, like, you guys are supporting the channel. I've got stuff that has never been used. It's stuff that's in boxes. And so just like Alex paid this forward to me, I've got stuff in there that I will just, it came in for different videos and stuff like that. Some of it was gifts to the channel. And so I've sold some of that stuff as mystery boxes, but I tried to, no one wanted to bite. So guess what we'll do? We'll just do giveaways. I said the only reason this is only going to the top tier guys, the premium tier guys, there's probably about 6 hours worth of work that I put in on this on Friday. I was shop all day Friday, and so I had stuff that was anodizing, and I did that for the video. I anodized all of this stuff. But there was a lot of prep time. I was working on Bobby D's knife from the Knife Junkie podcast. He had me mod that knife. There's that I filmed a video of it. All I did was when I say modded the knife, I didn't change anything drastically. I just took some material off the tip to change the forward part of the knife so it looked a little. He wanted it to have a little more forward aggressive look, so we did that and blasted the blade and gave it an interesting tumble finish. So real similar to, like, if you saw what I did on this. I say it looks like static. Let me see if it'll show. Let's get some light on this. I like to call this finish static because it's kind of what it looks like. Your brain can't quite put together what it's seeing. There's when's that happening, Frank? So you can't see it real clear. The lighting here is not great. Hang on, let me see if I can get in on it. It almost looks like it's got a 3D holographic look to it. If you catch it in the right light, I don't think there's enough light to actually set it off. It gives it a unique look. I like that finish, and it's not hard to do. It's time consuming. It takes about between 6 and 12 hours to do this finish. And then the anodizing is set. And I anodized twice because my colors didn't quite come out the way I want. But the green, you can see it here now. You can see how my green and blues came out. And it's got hand oils and stuff on it, so it washed. So Frank is saying he's going to send me beads. Oh, let's see. I will email you. I think we have 15 paying members. I think like I think we have like 9 basic level and then like 6 premium tier. I think. I'm not sure. But if you want to give it to all the paying members, that would be great. I love the beads. Like, that's so Frank sent me these. This was in my beard and it glued. I had been outside wearing it. I wore it to the beach. It didn't fall out of my beard. It's a nice little bead. I was wearing it, and so it got all charged up with sun and everything. I went to bed, I don't know, probably 9:30, 10 o'clock last night. I got up and went to the bathroom at like 1 or 2 o'clock this morning. So 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 hours later, it was still glowing bright. Like I saw it when I walked in the mirror. I was like, oh crap. Oh, it's the thing in my beard. So I'll probably put it back. I just didn't think it would play well in the video. It looked weird. Because I'm gonna get, so my buddy has some actual beard beads, and I'm gonna get this, and I'll have 3. So I'm gonna like wind them all in together and then have like 3 beads. Where I'm going to split this and have 2. I haven't decided yet. You guys will see. I'll do a video with it, and if you guys think it'll be funny. My daughter was so embarrassed about it. We were at the beach. She's like, "Papa, you got that thing in your beard." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I was a pain in the butt to get it in there. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it." Drinking my iced coffee with protein and creatine. That's my pre-workout. I broke my favorite coffee cup yesterday. Yeah, I heard that there was the red. This one doesn't glow quite as long, but it's striking. That I've never had anything glow red. Didn't figure it wasn't. I broke my favorite coffee cup yesterday. Making breakfast with the kid. I had poured myself a cup of coffee in my Disneyland Grumpy mug, the one you always see in the video, the red and white one. And when I got the hot plate, the Japanese hot plate out that we cooked the pancakes in, if you saw the Instagram video, the lids, I got it out and the lid slid off and knocked my coffee cup off the counter onto the dog's mat. It hit hard enough that it cut a hole in the dog's mat. It didn't shatter, but it split. And I thought, oh, it's okay. And then I looked and I could see a line down it. And then the inside of my coffee cup was just all blown out. Like it blew out the inside, not the, I was like, ah. I had to throw in my favorite coffee cup. I just liked it because it was perfect size cup. So I had to get out my second favorite Disneyland cup. And if you paying members remember, this is the one that got chipped. This is my mine cup. Put that under the coffee pot. Life of quarantine. Life of being quarantined. Nico came down. We didn't film anything for the channel. I'll throw in some of the beach stuff in the next video, just like next B-roll movie video. We went to the beach. Nico came down because my wife's birthday was yesterday. Nico came down Saturday and didn't have a birthday party because Nico's a Jehovah's Witness, so we couldn't call it a birthday party, but we did celebrate my wife's birthday. They brought steaks and stuff. We cooked. We did about 5 pounds of top sirloin. And cooked it all day. We did, we were gonna do the peppers. They were so spicy. We got some peppers from a friend of mine, so incredibly spicy. We were gonna stuff them with cream cheese and wrap them in bacon and then grill them. And as I was peeling the guts out of them, I got my finger still tingles. And if I stick my finger in, it's still spicy. The water, Nico and I had to rinse the peppers out in the sink. I had rinsed the peppers in some icy water to firm them back up so that we were getting easier to stuff them. They weren't mushy. And we poured that rinse water in the sink and it came up out of the sink. And Nico and I, it was like we'd been pepper sprayed. And then had my hands in that water. My hands burned all day. It was horrible. We threw them out. We torched. I was like, I was hitting them with the torch, roasting them. And I was like, we got to throw these away. You couldn't even breathe. It was like being pepper sprayed. I was like, we're not eating these. I was like, I like spicy stuff, but I don't want to be miserable. So we threw away all that work we did, and we threw them away because we hadn't wrapped them in bacon yet. I was like, motherfucker. But yeah, we had, what else did I make? We had steak. And we had stuffed mushrooms. Oh, baked potatoes. I made baked potatoes. Steak, baked potatoes, stuffed mushrooms. That's what we had. My buddy told me, he's like, those pre-workouts that they'd sell you, he's like, you can get every bit as good. It's like, just make yourself a cup of coffee with cream, or he uses heavy cream. So there's some fats. He's like, you got your stems from the caffeine. He's like, throw a little protein in it, and then honey, something that's on the lower end of the glycemic index. Honey is a really low GI sugar, and like it sustains your workout. So with him still being out competing, this is iced coffee with cream, not half and half, because you got to have some fats to go. I guess he was saying you gotta have some fats in your system to make your body like in the morning to pop. So cream, honey, creatine, and half a scoop of protein powder. That's his recommended workout, morning workout, pre-workout. He's like, don't buy a bunch of those pre-workout hooplas, the things that make you itch and you twitch and shit like that. He said it's you just get sick during your workout. I was like, all right, cool. The creatine does make your coffee gritty, though. I do have to say. That's a tastier pre-workout. Iced coffee with a little bit of honey. Can't really taste protein powder. It's just a little chocolatey. There's only half a scoop in there. So I'm actually proud of this. And the fact is, I know where I can get knives similar to this, railroad spike knives or knives that are similar to this. They do sell them. As a matter of fact, the guy I was doing this with actually makes, and he still makes and sells these. When he moved, he took his forge and everything with him. He still makes and sells this same knife, but they're horribly ground. He makes them and sells them online. So you can get a knife just like this. And then I was like, why am I not? So first thing I'd never done a saber grind. So if you look, that's a saber grind, not a full flat. Because I did follow the contours of the knife. And I did it as a convex on a slack belt. And then 220 slack belt, rounded everything over. I did the whole thing slack belt. And then took it and put it on leather strap, power strap, to do the final finishing, knocking the shoulders off and everything. I wanted it to have a nice, good look. You can still see some of the satin, but that's what got it so crazy, insanely sharp was, you can see there's probably still yeah, you can see there's still some small facets of trying to get that full convex done. But first attempt, I didn't think it came out too bad, considering it was a awkward item to hold. Oh yeah, it's right here. It's in my pocket. It's got a Cthulhu bead now, or an octopus bead, because it looks, with this finish and the green, it looks maritime. It looks like it's from the ocean, and then it's got a sheep's foot blade shape. I love this knife. Alex sent it to me as a gift. I've always wanted to do what for myself? Yes, I did that for myself. I don't very often get a chance to do something for myself. And so this knife came in and I was like, I love the Olamic 247. It's an ugly knife. It is an ugly knife. The shape of it is not attractive. But it is really comfortable, and it is a really well-made, well-designed knife. It's funny how the things that are pleasing to the hand aren't always pleasing to the eye. Bonus points if somebody can tell me where that came from. That definitely came from a movie. What is pleasing to the touch sometimes is not pleasing to the eye. So yeah, I just wanted it to, I was like, this is my knife now, and I wanted it to look pretty. So I did polish on all the hardware, and did a high voltage green, and then I did a blast and ultra fine tumble on the scales, and then anodized those blue. Each one of these scales took a different voltage to get to the same color. This took way less to get to this color than this side did. The voltages were all over the place. So I did one piece, and I'm like, that's the color I want. And I was like, there's been a lot of grinding on these parts, and that pocket clip's super thin. I was like, let me match the parts. Don't just stick them in at the same voltage. So crank the voltage way down, and then worked my way up to a consistent color. Action on these are amazing. And it's Alex had sharpness, and this is M390, and it's really, really, really sharp. I will probably, Are you bow of the fifth column? I don't know what you're talking about. So the only thing I might change in the future is the blade finish. I don't like an acid wash blade. They stain and I don't like the way they feel. And when they cut through stuff, you get a little bit more friction. This will probably get a good Pulp Fiction? Yes, that is absolutely where it came from, Barry B. I don't know what Jack was saying that. Maybe Jack was trying to get that out, and I know what autocorrect does. It screws things up. Like the big thing with owning a phone is, do I leave autocorrect on and let my phone send things that make me look silly, or do I turn it off and allow myself to send things that make me look silly? So yeah, it's Pulp Fiction. Absolutely is Pulp Fiction. And it's true. Because this knife does not, well, I mean, like compared to some of the others, like look at that. Look at the sexy lines on this, and then there's this. But I've always liked Eugene's knives. And I like the 247 especially. To replicate this, Bradley, it took hours. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot. The price is usually based on, like if it comes in and it's something I can just blast, and tumble, and ano, or blast, ano, tumble, and ano to get like a two-tone, that's usually, you know, not as much. No, I did not do the rock pattern on scales. The knife came with the rock pattern. So that came that way, and I simply did the refinish. But still, even though I didn't cut in the rock pattern, it took, we watched the video, I sped it up 4 times speed when I polished this. The video is like damn near 30 minutes long, and there's several sections where I sped stuff up by 4 times speed just to show you guys the work. I could have cut that out, but I want everybody to see why sometimes there's, especially if I have to do a lot of polishing. I say it in the video, I love anodizing, but a lot of times to get the anodizing and things that you want like that green, that took a lot of polishing. And there was more polishing that happened that never got filmed because I didn't get the consistent polish and color I wanted. So I had to go back. That didn't get filmed. You guys saw the initial polish. So yeah, I did this for myself, and it takes about 4 or 5 hours on titanium to get close to where you're at on this. It depends on the handle shape and stuff like that. How many parts are in the tumble? You can only put so many parts into tumble at a time. So, you know, all those things take into account. If you want that, get a hold of me and we would have to work that out because I would have to see what knife it is. But yeah, I can duplicate that finish if it's I won't necessarily duplicate the rock pattern. I don't like doing rock pattern on folding knives after they're made. There's some danger points you get into where you thin that material out and then you've damaged the action of the knife. This knife was made that way to begin with. So I really like this knife. It's been in my pocket a lot. And it's officially mine now because I just cut myself with it. Not bad. The Strider, the custom Strider, I have not been able to sell, and it bit me bad here not long ago. I still got it got to the bone and then scooped a little bit into the nail bed. It is still real tender, clear across there. That thing slammed shut on my thumb and cut the crap out of me. You know, they say when you bootleg knives from overseas. Yeah, I complain about them all the time in videos. I hate the knockoff bootlegs that are coming from overseas. And everybody's like, well, you have your knives made by China. All those companies do that. No, Artisan fucking hates the knockoffs. We Knife Company hates the companies that do knockoffs. Dave hates the people that do the knockoffs because it gives Japanese knife companies a bad name. So even Best Tech even though that they can pull some dick moves like they did with VDK here not long ago, they have it. They don't like the knockoff market. My phone just got. I bet my phone's real hot. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta check something. I got a text. This is my wife. I just want to see what it was, and it didn't pop up on my watch. This is probably the next video I'm going to shoot. It might not be the next video you guys see. It's probably going to be the CJRB RIA by Artisan. This is a great little knife. If you haven't seen one yet, they're great. I'll give you the disclaimer. This is not the pocket clip that goes on it. It has more of a bent clip, like deep carry clip, kind of like that style clip, as opposed to the thing. This was just one they threw together because it's a prototype that you're trying to get out. But I really like this knife. It's going to get a very good review, and it's not just because Artisan's making my knife. Go find. I'm not going to get into it too much. If you want the real skinny, go to VDK's Instagram and look it up. But Vlad, basically, I was talking to him. What happened was he had some knives that were going to get released on Mass Drop by... He had some knives we're going to get on. I'll get back to you in a second, Jack. He had some knives we're going to get done on Mass Drop, I guess. He licensed it to Best Tech, and Best Tech was supposed to make sure that all the quality control stuff went through him, and he was happy with it. And so he got a bunch of them, and he said that he didn't like this, didn't like that. He was trying to get somebody out to inspect the new knives at Best Tech, and they just went ahead and started to release them on Mass Drop, and people were pre-ordering them, and Vlad came out and was like, look, I didn't approve these knives. They weren't at my quality control. They never addressed my issues. I'm not happy with this. I did not sign off on these. And Mass Drop was unaware, and Mass Drop got a bunch of shit for it, but Mass Drop didn't know. So Mass Drop immediately takes down the drop, and Best Tech basically was saying, so Best Tech went behind Vlad's back and just went ahead and put them on Mass Drop. So I think if I remember right, that was most of it. If you want, I would say go back and check Vlad's Instagram and see if that story is still up. You can also check. I posted a screenshot of Vlad's conversation in the Mass Drop comments about that knife. Because, like I said, I wanted him to make sure. He specifically said Mass Drop was unaware. He was unaware. Mass Drop, he contacted Mass Drop. So it's on there somewhere. So I'll give you guys another 10 minutes or so, and then I got to bounce. I got to take the dog out, and then I got to work out. Dog's laying by the door. Hey, come here so I don't forget while I'm thinking about it. Come here. Come get your medicine. So that was the whole thing with Vlad at VDK and Best Tech. It wasn't like a pirating. It wasn't like a knockoff thing. I think they just kind of overstepped their part of the agreement. Sit, so I can give you your medicine. Chin up. I need them both. So anybody else got a question? I'm here. Sit down. Sit down. If you're good, maybe we'll go to the beach again today. Chin down. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. The dog loves going to the beach. I like going to the beach. Isn't it amazing? We live 30 minutes from the best sunset in the world. And I never go to the beach and watch the sunset. We went several times this month. My daughter does training on the beach. There's nothing better for legs than running on a beach. So my daughter does sprints and things like that on the beach, like 3 days a week. So we just go at we leave here about 6:30. Not hot, sun's going down. Stay out there, watch the sunset. She gets to play in the surf. Dog gets to play in the surf. I, over the years, somehow have developed, you ready for a weird one? I have developed an irrational fear of deep water. I can't go out into the ocean past my waist. I used to love to swim in the ocean. I swam in the ocean for years. We would do swim call, and I would swim in the middle of the ocean. to where, you know, like you're over the Marianas Trench. There is nothing, you drop something, it's gone. Never bothered me. And now here I am at 40, 45, almost 46. I have developed I think it's called thallophobia. I honestly can't watch ocean documentaries anymore. I used to love them, like Jacques Cousteau and stuff like that. I can't watch them. I cannot, I like have an honest to God full on panic attack watching someone swim in deep water. It just, don't know what it is. I don't know where it came from. I used to like to surf. I wasn't good at it, but I used to like it. Nope. No more for me. I swim pool. I just have this irrational fear of deep water. Isn't that weird how that happens? And I can't think of any reason why. I used to go cliff jumping in Okinawa. We would just swim out to an island. Literally would swim out to an island. It's like a 20-minute swim. Swim out through deep water with sea snakes and shit to this little island that's off the beach right there at the base, and dragging a styrofoam cooler. I mean, I've always been afraid of spiders, but not like this. Not like I shut down if I see a spider. It's, my sister has agoraphobia, and I never understood it. I was like, I don't get, like, I've never had like an irrational full-on phobia. I have one now. And I feel so bad for all the things that I used to say, just go outside. It's not that bad. She has agoraphobia, which is the fear of open spaces. It's crippling, and I didn't realize how bad it was. Like, there's times where, well, thank you, Bradley. I love this little thing. I have to pay Sanford for these. We haven't sent him payment for these. We bought these, but he's like, I just pay me when, and I just have not. Every time something comes up, my car broke down again. It was the battery. So I had to take it in and put a battery in it. And I don't know if you've bought a battery straight blade longer than 5 inches. Yeah, all the time. I walk around carrying a fixed blade all over San Diego. I carry my Stonefish combat utility knife. I carry this all the time. This isn't over. Well, the knife itself is over 5 inches. It's six something. This is great. Now that I've got one of the prototypes, and so when I make a custom, which Jeff's fucking knife is still sitting here, I gotta send it out this week. When I make a custom, I don't do any hard testing. I don't get to cut stuff with it. And most custom knife makers will tell you this. If you can't afford to keep one of your knives, because that's what pays for the next knife. The materials, the belts, all that stuff is the knife you just made. So when I make one of these, the full custom ones, I don't ever get to carry them. I don't ever test them. I've carried mats a few times. I don't know yet, because we're behind, because the protos just got here. So I just gave them permission to start rolling them off the line, but hopefully soon. Keep your eyes on the website. In California, if you're carrying a fixed blade, it has to be open carry. But yeah, I've carried my Stag Bowie. I've carried my Cold Steel SRK. Those are both. Let's go get a point of reference on that. Let's see. It lives in my bedstand. That's where my Stag Bowie lives. I've carried my K-bar. Yeah. You just got to make sure, because it's going to draw attention. You just got to make sure that you don't have anything else that's against the rules on you while you're doing it. Like a handgun or drugs or any of those other things that would be one of those things that would make your day get worse. Right? Like, I don't carry drugs, but so let's see here. I have been known to just to exercise my right to do it. No, I don't want to end.